Hey people, good afternoon. How y'all doing? Me back on here again. Me Ben the Messenger. I'm on here with another video. This video right here is gonna be about. This is to all the people out here, man. That you know, always feel like that they gotta boast, that they gotta prove to people that they that man or that they are that woman. People that always gotta convince people and brag about that, they this person, they that, they did this, you better ask such and such about me and all this and that, and oh, I beat this person up, I did this to this person, oh, I had all that, I had this and I had that. I'm gonna tell you something. If you really that dude, or if you really that girl, if you really that dude that got all the money, that's rich, if you really, you know what I'm saying, that guy that's famous, that's you know what I'm saying, that got all this stuff, if you really doing your thing out here, if you really living that good life like that, you ain't gotta brag. You ain't gotta go out your way to prove to people and convince people to believing that you're doing that, because one thing about it, if you're really that person, the people that know you, people will brag. The people that know you, they will brag about you for you to other people. You ain't gotta prove yourself to nobody on who you are or what you got or what you're doing. Vice versa for for some of these women out here, man. If you really that woman, if you really that girl that's getting all the men, that what I'm saying, all the men is coming to you, you know what I'm saying, you if you really all that in a bag of chips, you ain't gotta convince other people, you ain't gotta brag, you ain't gotta toot your own horn, because other people that know you, other people out here that may know you or know who you are, other folks will brag about you for you. And a lot of times, you have some people that you have people that'll do stuff like this to try to make themselves feel validated, or try to make themselves feel like that they are above people, or that they are better than other people, or just to make themselves feel and look and try to come off as if they're more superior, and really be trying to make other folks feel inferior to them, because it's really, it's really a low self-esteem issue, and you know what I'm saying, and really a lack of confidence, and really, you know, um, an insecurity problem, because a lot of people really be low key insecure, even though that they put on a good show, they put on a good act, and acting as if they're living this good life, and that they're just all that in a bag of chips, when really in reality, not for real. Because if you're gonna ask other folks about them, a lot of times people be like, people that know them, other friends that know them. She don't. I've never really heard of her doing such and such, or having all this or having all that. You see what I'm saying? If you really about that, if you really truly about that, people will brag about you for you. You don't have to brag about yourself to everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you really done something, if you really done put in that work, you know, on other people, people will brag about it. People brag about it. Just like, if it come to fighting, if you really got them hands, if you really out here, you really got them hands, you really can scrap. You ain't gotta brag, you ain't gotta convince everybody, because other folks that know you, they'll they'll talk about you for you. They'll speak on your behalf for you. They'll let everybody know for you who you are. You know what I'm saying? That's not boasting or bragging about it. I'm just telling you how it is. A lot of times people, they the loudest ones, oftentimes be the ones that ain't about nothing, that ain't pushing no weight, that ain't really making no moves. I'm just gonna be honest. It's always that quiet person. It's always that quiet, mysterious person. The quiet, mysterious person that don't really speak much. They don't speak much. And you know what I'm saying? You don't really know much about them. And and if you look at these people, they look like just the ordinary average person. But the thing is, what people may not know is behind the scenes, they making moves. Behind the scenes, hey, they doing stuff, they making moves, they making money, they handling their business. And as far as when it comes to fighting, or if it comes to self-defense, protecting yourself, uh, they're not confrontational. They're quiet. Oftentimes the toughest people, the people that's really, really hard, the people that's really hard out here, the real cutthroats and the real head busters, man, oftentimes they're the total opposite of what people may imagine them to be. They're not loud, they're not super aggressive, they don't go looking for trouble, they don't go starting trouble with nobody. No, they're the total opposite. They're quiet, respectful, young men and young women. They stay to themselves. They handle their business. They don't go looking for trouble. And they can be the ordinary average person. They don't have to look special or nothing. They can look like an ordinary average person, like me and you. But the fact of the matter is, if you try them, or if you push them to that breaking point, or if you try to mess with them, man, it's gonna end bad for you. They'll slit your throat. You know what I'm saying? They'll bust your head. They'll bust your head to the white meat. You know what I'm saying? Like they're nothing to play with. They're not gonna play with you. They're not gonna argue with you. They're not gonna do this internet stuff with you. They're not gonna do none of that. They're not gonna play around with you. They're gonna take you up out of here. You know, they may have a strap on them. They may have a razor blade, a box cutter, you know, a knife on them that's concealed inside their pockets. And the thing is, they quiet. They quiet. They not loud. They don't talk. They don't talk as much. If you say hey to them, they'll say hey to you. They'll talk to you if they need to. They'll talk if they'll talk. They'll speak if spoken to, but they quiet. Oftentimes, man, when they're around a group of people, man, they be posted up on the wall, just watching everybody. Them the ones that people need to watch out for. Them the dangerous ones. Them the real killers. Them the real, you know what I'm saying? Wig splitters, head busters. You know what I'm saying? The loudest ones that be talking about what they done did, they done this, and man, I done that to that such and such and all that. Man, bro, them be the scariest ones. In fact, a lot of times people they want to be so loud, and they gotta be so aggressive. They gotta have this unneeded, unnecessary aggression towards people when ain't nobody doing nothing to them. In fact, to try to scare everybody else, to try to put fear in everybody else. They want to scare everybody else because deep down they know they scary. And even them, they can recognize a real, you know what I'm saying, a real soldier, a real man, a real woman. There's nothing to play with. And it ain't about what they say out their mouth. It ain't about them going around being aggressive and acting tough. It's all about the energy that they carry on them. It's their energy, it's their aura, it's their essence. So I'm just gonna I'm just gonna say that, man. If you really that dude, you really that woman, if you really about their life, you ain't gotta prove that. A lot of people that's really about their life, you never know that they're about their life. Real gangsters, real head busters, real thugs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Real tough people, real tough people. You don't know that because they don't go around telling everybody what they about or what they do. all you know is that you have other folks that will come to you and tell you about them. They got other folks bragging about them to other folks. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta say nothing. So that's all I wanted to say. And I hope all y'all doing okay. I hope everybody's afternoon has been going pretty good and going great. Um, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this video. Feel free to leave a comment down below. And you know, let me know y'all thoughts. And like I always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I appreciate all the ones that tuned in to this video and that watched this video. And I appreciate everyone that supports my channels and my videos. Thank y'all. I catch y'all some other time. Y'all take care. Been the messenger. Peace out.